It was really lovely to be connected in a room full of people on a topic that were all engaged and interested. And I think it touches all different industries. We all had very different businesses. However, it was something that impacted all of our businesses. So it was great to see it from all different perspectives and meet other people that I wouldn't have otherwise had the opportunity to connect with.
It's polished and well organized. Truth being told, I just found Ortus events to be a little more well put together, whether in terms of its logistics or the stakeholders or the participants that you've curated carefully and invited to your discussions, to how the discussions are run, where it's run in a manner where there is almost an equal opportunity given for the stakeholders to listen and contribute. And also, of course, I feel like the topics also that you've chosen are fairly interesting. So much so that if I were to ever have to have an event, Ortus would certainly be among the considerations set for me to reach out to you.
It's a different format from the typical vendor-driven kind of thing. So what I see is the discussions are more candid because you're basically talking to your peers. You're basically sharing ideas, and then I think you use the Chatham House rules, which means that whatever you discuss stays there. So people are really more candid. They're really more open, and you hear about good things, bad experiences, etc., and you learn from it. So for me, that was the best part. And then, of course, you're always in a nice place, having a nice dinner, and that helps too, right? But it's more of the networking and getting to understand what are the challenges and how other people with similar roles overcame these challenges.
I really like the opportunity to have an honest and open discussion with other CEOs on the problem that they have within their organization and how they go about solving them and hear their perspective on different topics. I think it's really beneficial to exchange opinion. It helps everyone grow and think differently about different topics.
Two things that I really liked about it. The first one is that it was quite small, but by definition, it's much more on the lecture side of things than on the interaction side of things. So I felt that the fact that it was reasonably small in terms of people allowed for more interactions. And that's the second thing that I liked, is that we could interact with each other. We could hear points from almost everyone around the table. I was quite surprised that everyone would have had the opportunity to talk. And that gave me some really interesting insights. And also some people I connected after that on LinkedIn. And it was a good springboard for interesting learning.
So I really love learning from the other people around the table. And every time I come, even if it's not necessarily something that I have got particularly high up my list of priorities, I like to understand what other people are doing in the space. So learning from others becomes a big thing for me. So it's those insights. It's the fact that people will talk candidly in Chatham House rules. And when you're in a room and when you're feeding off each other and you're really understanding what they're doing, what you're doing and asking questions, that's when you get real things that are of value to your business. But mainly it's the learning. I think they're very useful to get together with other like-minded people, particularly in other industries. So coming outside your comfort zone is very important to me.
The Ortus events for me have always been a valuable way to actually connect with other people who are in the same boat as me, who are facing the same challenges, making sure we can compare notes. And most of the time, we're all going through the same thing. So it's great to get that reassurance that we're all in the same boat. We're all experiencing the same troubles, the woes, the elation. But it's also good to connect with people that you can actually then meet up outside. I have a great deal of respect for that environment of us being able to actually share our knowledge.
I think the whole platform that was created where some key individuals got together and had a very good conversation about the quality of data and the importance of the quality of data in any business. It never gets old. There's always a new challenge. There's always something to learn and to innovate and to solve. So I think that whole platform where we got together and talked about it and had a sense of camaraderie as to, hey, I think we understand each other. So that was a very interesting 1 hour, 15 minutes thereabouts that we spent.
It was really exciting and interesting. It was a great mix of people with relevant sort of experience, albeit in different companies and different sectors. And indeed, kind of having that perspective or not feeling like you're alone on an island is really, really important. So going to the round table and talking and meeting and sharing a lot of the challenges and how we see things with these other business execs was really, really good.
I actually love the fact that I learn even from others. At this time, I still continue to love to learn. The small ideas that I get from other people, that actually is helpful for my own business and for my own decision-making process.
They were live opportunities to meet people in similar but maybe completely different also industries. So we can find people who have similar roles but might be in completely different industries, and then a free exchange of information and ideas and challenges. So in some cases, at the event, I met people who were in my industry or very similar industry who make good contacts. So when you need something, you have a contact with someone directly who you can reach out through email or through verbal communication, whatever methods, and establish a shortcut to that relationship and get business happening faster.
As I mentioned, the function of marketing is something which is metamorphosing, right? And anyone who thinks that they understand all the trends by themselves is fooling themselves, because the change is so fast and there is so much of cross-industry learning that is possible in the marketing function itself. And these learnings come by not just by reading articles or observing yourself. It predominantly comes from peer group learning. And that's where organizations like Ortus becomes very important. When you create platforms where business leaders and CMOs can exchange perspectives, exchange views, share their concerns, and learn from each other, not just benefits the participants, it actually benefits the industry as a whole. And the implications of that are large, profound, and long lasting. So that's why I have a lot of kudos from my end to the Ortus Club platforms, which focus more on learning than just networking, which is amazing.